So I have an important question that I was going to ask all of you boys and girls who go to school at St. Elizabeth Parish School, but I figured I should ask your moms and dads instead. What do you think? That's a good idea? So let's go see whether they're paying attention back there in the back of the church, all right? Maybe we should include the faculty members too so they don't feel off the hook here. So when you walked into church today, what different did you notice in the narthex? 30 seconds. Oh. I'm wearing green today, sure, but that's not new. Oh, see, you guys flunked out. The 2 green Christmas trees right in the back of the narthex. Good eyes. So if you missed it on the way in, please pay attention on the way out. Because tomorrow night, those 2 right now empty green Christmas trees are going to be filled with little gift tags. And you and your moms and dads and all the other people in our parish are going to be invited to take a gift tag from our Advent giving tree and buy a present for some boy or girl who's very poor and bring it back that we can share that with them at Christmas. It's called the Advent giving tree. And I hope when you come to church this weekend, you and your families will participate in our Advent giving tree this year. Last year, 2,000 presents were given to poor people from the kind people of St. Elizabeth. That's wonderful. We'd like to do the same thing today. But I want to tell you a story about that Advent giving tree because some churches have the same idea of giving presents to people who are needy, but they call it the Jesse tree. So one day, when we were still down in Lionville Middle School Gymnasium before our church was built, I was standing talking to some people about our Advent giving tree. And the lady said, "Oh, in our church, we call that the Jesse tree." I said, "Okay." But a little boy who was only 6 years old was standing over here, and he heard the lady talking. So he looked at me and said, "Who's this Jesse guy?" I thought, wow, this kid's pretty smart. He's asking a good question. Jesse was the father of King David, the most important king in all of Israel. And in fact, we call Jesus the son of David because he's a king like God's a king. But I talked to the little boy. I said, "So you want to know all about King David's father, Jesse?" He looked at me like I was crazy. I said, "Well, what's your question?" You know what he was asking? He said, "Who is this Jesus guy?" I thought, wow. He's 6 years old, and he doesn't know anything about who this Jesus guy is. Well, I hope you boys and girls know a little bit about this Jesus guy from your moms and dad at home and from your classes here in school. But I thought to myself, you know what? It's really possible today to be 6 or 7 or 8 years old and know nothing about who Jesus is. We who believe in Jesus, we who have been baptized into Jesus, we who are getting ready in 2nd grade to receive Jesus in Holy Communion, we who are in 6th grade and are preparing to have the Holy Spirit of God come upon us in confirmation, we need to show other people who Jesus is, or they won't know who Jesus is. And the best way that we can show people who Jesus is by doing the kinds of things that Jesus himself did. See, the gospel told us that Father John read today that when Jesus was walking around on the earth, a lot of people wondered, who is he? Is he really the Messiah? Is he going to be the Son of Man? Is he going to be the Son of God? They didn't know. Even John the Baptist sent some of his friends to say, find out who this guy is. And Jesus' answer was, look around you. When people who are sick are helped to get better, when people who are hungry have food that is shared with them, when people who are lost and poor are helped and guided, then you know God is present in Jesus. So when you and I do things that help other people, poor people, sick people, immigrant people, refugee people, exile people, all kinds of people who have needs, they will come to know through us who Jesus is, the one who shows us the love of God by helping us become healthier and stronger and more faithful and good. So tomorrow morning, over in the social hall, 100 people from our church are going to prepare some food packages to send all the way to West Africa for hungry people who are starving to death, to give them food so they'll know that Jesus cares for them. And when you and your families take a gift off our Advent giving tree and make the sacrifice of buying a present for another boy or girl so their Christmas can be happy, they'll know who Jesus is because of our love for them in Jesus. When Jesus was alive, a lot of people wondered, who is this guy? Even today, there are a lot of people who wonder, who is this Jesus guy? And by the way we care for each other, by the way we help one another, by the way we share with those who are in need, we show them who this Jesus guy is. Our God, the Son of God, in whom we discover how much God the Father loves us. So I say to you, have a happy Advent starting tomorrow night. Get ready for Christmas like you always do with excitement, enthusiasm, and eagerness. But remember to help and to share and to serve so that the rest of the world will know who Jesus is.